everyone. So, yes, it's so good to be here again. And today I have a very important guest with me, and this is my husband, Andre. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tanya, Andre and Tanya Buerta. And so I was just thinking, we've been talking a lot about identity over the last few weeks. And today I want to speak about part of our identity that is very precious, and that is being a bride. I had a dream a while ago about brides and the excitement of helping the girls in the dream to find their perfect wedding dress, and then eventually being led to this upper room where there were a whole lot of brides waiting, and they were all just so at peace and waiting for the wedding. And I left shouting and screaming, I know how they feel. I know how they feel. So I felt to ask Andre today just to share a bit about our wedding feast and how it felt to be the bride, and also to see the bride, to be the bridegroom, and to be a part of my experience, obviously, as the bride, and what it felt like to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most interesting part was obviously waiting for the bride at the church, um, because she only arrived when she kind of wanted to arrive, you know. Um, and I think quite often, is when the bride is going to be ready, Jesus will come. He's going to come back for a perfect bride, not for a bride that's all frumpled and not ready to go to the wedding.
Yes.
So I think that is quite something just to think about, that the bride was ready. She arrived about a half an hour late. So I was standing there waiting for my bride to get ready.
Oh boy.
Okay. And the other interesting thing was that when she appeared at the church, I would have argued, because the fact that she was alone. Meantime, only later on in the video, I saw that her father was with her. But I never saw her father. I only saw her, and I would have argued the point that she came down the aisle alone. And I think because my eyes were just on her, and it was just something that was, my eyes were totally on the bride only. And whatever the sideshow had no consequence, absolutely no consequence.
Yeah.
And that to me was quite an interesting thing, that I only saw her. I never saw her father walking down with her. And as I said, I would have argued the fact that he was with her. If it wasn't shown on the video, I would have argued it.
That is funny. Really, really
Okay.
funny. Yeah. But that's what's so interesting, is my experience was very, very different, because I just was thinking about my groom and I just couldn't wait to see him, and just the whole romantic love intimacy thing of being together. And also the excitement of being able to wear that wedding dress, my hair getting done, and the whole thing of I wasn't even aware of anyone else. I was just so aware of me getting ready and being made beautiful, more beautiful for this groom, right? You would agree with that, yes. And just that beautiful experience of walking into the church and seeing him waiting for me. And I mean, the thought of time and visitors and everyone else was just not even a part of my space, because I was just so in love, still very in love with Andre, and I just couldn't wait to walk down that aisle and be married to him and being husband and wife for the rest of our lives. But just that whole thing of getting ready beforehand and finding that perfect dress, And then what really surprised me is I thought he was going to walk in there with a pair of jeans and a shirt, and you'd done something.
Yes. I'd also prepared. And without knowing it, we matched.
Yeah.
Her hair was more red and she had gold and things in it. And my color scheme was also a kind of a red toned, long, old fashioned jacket. but in my
with
gold waistcoat. So the colors matched exactly. It was basically a perfect thing. So as a groom, I also prepared. And I think one can say that's what Jesus is doing. And as he said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. So as a groom, I prepared for my bride. In the same way, Jesus has also gone to prepare a place for us.
Yes,
and I'm sure when we see him dressed in all his glory, I think we are going to be screaming of delight. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing sight.
Yeah, how beautiful is that? And we were talking about the perfect match a while ago, and just that, what Andre was saying now, you know, how we match and just that perfect match, how we are meant to be together. And I mean, I think for you and me, we were the most important people for each other there, but then God was for both of us, like absolutely number one, you know, and we wanted this day to bring glory to Him and just bring, you know, let it be a day about Him as well. And then also just the wedding feast, you know, what was your experience of that?
My experience was my bride was too excited to eat anything. She was just bouncing around all over the place.
Yeah,
so
talking to everyone.
So I enjoyed the feast, and I think I had her portion as well.
Did, yeah.
But the feast itself, yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Really, really great time.
It was a real feast.
Yeah, it was a feast, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it was, I thought about it today, you know, just before this, and there was actually so little effort that we had to put into the feast, because the way it happened and everything, God's favor was just so in it. But it was really a celebration, and often when people talk about it still, they say, you know, what your wedding was probably one of the best weddings. And the reason why I'm saying it is just that thought of that wedding feast. You know, we can really relate to that and really picture it. And my heart for you today is that you will start to think of that identity as well, that the groom has of his bride, you know. And tomorrow I'm going to talk a bit more about that, but just in preparation to just think about the bridegroom and the bride. And I just felt today to talk more about the good thing of it and the excitement of it and the love, intimate side and the romantic side, you know, and how amazing it is when you only have eyes for each other. And like Andre said, he didn't even see my dad walking down the aisle with me. And that wedding dress is something that I still treasure. You know, I have it, and I've always make sure it's packed away in a place where it's safe, and I don't fit into it anymore, and I don't think your suit fits you anymore. I thought maybe we should try. Yeah?
I'll squeeze into it.
We'll both squeeze into it, but I think Andre will be more successful than I am. But yes, just it was just so beautiful, and so that identity of finding your wedding dress that is yours, and everyone's wedding dresses are so different and unique, you know. So the way that we are the bride of Christ, and that He is waiting for us to be prepared, and this perfect bride is also so unique, because we're all walking our own journey with God, and the way He's preparing us and working in our lives and working out things. Yeah, so I just wanted to do this today just to get you guys thinking a little bit about your wedding dresses. Maybe if you have got married, maybe if you are going to get married, your wedding dress, and the groom and the bride, you know, just that whole excitement of that. It's supposed to be exciting. It's supposed to be a day where it's just about the two of you. And then the next time I will speak a bit more about the bride of Christ, because that is what I felt that dream was about. And that is an identity that I think the Lord is really, really wanting His church to just really think about, and where we at with it. Yeah. So thank you so much for letting us share a bit of our story with you guys, and be blessed.
Bye.